my settings better this time. It feels a little different this time. Okay, so if you're watching the replay, I am headed to the airport. I'm going to Chicago because the WNBA, women's basketball, is having their All-Star weekend. And it actually starts this morning, so I'll miss the first kind of half of the day, but I think I think most people are getting in. Most people are getting in this time anyway. So I'm headed to the airport right now, and I thought there were some videos I wanted to listen to on the way to the airport, but I thought I can have more impact if I answer some questions instead. I don't have a tripod, just holding this up, so we'll see how long it lasts. And happy to take any questions. I figured out where the chat is on my phone, so fantastic. So let me know in the chat if you can hear me, and if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer. Yay, it's so good to see everybody. Yay! Try not to make it shaky for you. So let me know if you have any questions, and make sure you tell me if you can hear me in the chat. Super helps me out. And I guess if you can't hear me, you won't be able to tell me. Oh, there you are. Thank you. Thank you, Tazzy, baby girl. You followed me on both of these. The first one didn't really work out, and I appreciate you. Okay, so the title of this video was How to Make More Money in 2026. There are so many ways. I posted on YouTube and on, let's see if I can get my hand to hold this like a tripod. This week I posted on YouTube and on Instagram an inside of 360 pass, the extended version of this. I posted where Gail and Candace, who are 70 and 65 respectively, have made thousands of dollars the last 2, 3, 4 months by being themselves, by sharing what they already know, by sharing what they already know, and by speaking on a platform. So each of them chose one major platform to focus on, and then they have a secondary platform. So for Candace, I would say her main platform is Instagram. She has 1.1 million followers since April. So she's focused there, where she's posting a few times per day now, very short, under 2-minute clips, which anybody here can do if they find their lane. And then she's funneling that capital into, she's funneling that attention into a product. And that product is a digital product, which is a membership, which is affirmations, which is something that is very in tune and in line with her audience. And then you have Gail, who is 70, who she found Substack. Substack was her main platform. And hers has been just a few months as well. Maybe February. I could be wrong about that month, but it's been just a few months. And she started Substack, and she just started posting regularly, and she found her lane. I want you to find these, the correlations here. She posted, and she sends people, I don't think she charges for her Substack. Gail Keys Allen is how you find her on Substack. Instead, what she does is she has webinars, meaning she gets on Zoom calls with people. She teaches them something then she talks about it on Substack, teaches them something, and then she invites them to join her for more. Yeah. The Savvy Accountant says, I never caught it live before. Very excited. I just realized I do get car sick if I read, so the Q&A is going to be a little interesting. If anybody has a question about business, though, when we stop, I'll look at the questions. Okay. So we have Candace, who is 65, who is dominating on Instagram and on TikTok, because she got her TikTok back. You have Gail, who is 70, who is dominating on Substack all this year. So what do they have in common? What they have in common is a lot of things. They have the fact that they have experience in life, and they're not counting themselves out just because they're past 60. They have in common that they are hyper focused on a platform before they go to a second platform and try to dominate there. Trying to do 2 or 3 platforms at a time and thinking they're going to be great at any of them, right? They figured out, okay, let me just stay in a lane. Let me get a lane, because then you can stack lanes. They have in common that they've been consistent. They didn't stop posting. Oh, I hope you can see me. The reason I'm not looking at the thing is because I'll get car sick, I think. But they had consistency. They did not stop posting if they had a few posts that were, didn't get a lot of views or a lot of interaction. They didn't say, oh, well, this doesn't work because I didn't get a sale today. If you saw the videos of Candace and Gail that I posted yesterday, you'll see that Gail says, and I think it's true of Candace, every single day they get paid. And Candace was talking about how she goes to her stand store every day and she's able to withdraw money if she wants to. A few $100s every single day. From digging ditches. They both laughed, and they laughed in a very rich way. I said, no, of course not. We're we want to be, and we're enjoying freedom. And that's this year. I just want to point that out one more time. We're not talking about people who have just been rolling in the dough for years and years and years in a row. We're talking about people who have had different degrees of success throughout their lives. And more recently, in a vulnerable state, have not had a lot of money. And we're pretty scared. And then at 65 and 70, have this resurgence. And they're both killing it. They're both friends. I think that Candace learned about me from Gail. I think she was one of Gail's students. One more thing that they have in common is that they're both incredibly coachable. Even at this age, they're incredibly coachable. They're more coachable than most people in their 20s that I know, or who I know, and most people in their 30s who I know. And if you're not, and I mean, including me, like in my 40s, they're so coachable. They're like, you know what? This makes sense. Like, this person has the bank account that I'm looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and listen to them. Or I paid them a certain amount of money, so let me go ahead and get my money's worth and listen to them. And you just don't always have that. So there's just different things you can glean. Is that the word glean? From just looking at those 2 case studies alone. And if you didn't catch any of that, you can watch the replay, because I'll hopefully have a replay if the tech gods are nice to me. Now I am on my way to the airport, so it looks like the Wi-Fi is going in and out from my phone, or roaming is going in and out. So if I get disconnected, that's what's going on. Okay. So once we stop, I'll look at some questions. That's just an observation I had. Also, we are in day, would it be 23? We're in day 23 of a 31-day 1K challenge. You could still join by if you want, but we're in day 23. People are doing a great job in there. About 300 people total who have paid for it, about 275 people who are in it. And if you didn't catch this, and y'all help me out in the chat, because you can't link anything in the chat, but you can tell people what I'm talking about, because I can't look at the screen here. right now, for a few hours more, you can get the 360 pass, my 360 pass bundle, which I have a video about. My last video that I posted is about this on my YouTube channel. You can get the bundle for $250 when it's normally $360. That's more than $100 off. And I'm doing that because we reached 250,000 subscribers on YouTube recently. So yesterday I just decided to open this up and do a few of these. So go ahead and jump and do that. If you already know what I'm talking about in the chat, just kind of explain it a little bit for me. That'd be so helpful. Look at the chat. And yeah, I'm very excited about that. I love when I'm able to do that because I can't do it often. It just doesn't, like, the unit economics don't work to do that constantly. But I love doing it as a sale. Potentially might do it for my birthday or for Black Friday, but I don't know the amount. I never go backwards. I never do it for less than the last thing. So it's going to be more than $250, but it might be less than $360. So might as well get it now, so you have more time with it and you get the best rate. Any one of the things that are in the bundle is worth $250. If you agree with me, let me know in the chat. Any one of the things in the bundle is worth $250 by itself, and you get dozens and dozens of things in the bundle. So it's truly like getting 99% off at the end of the day. Okay, so I'm on my way to the WNBA All-Star. I'm on my way to the WNBA All-Star weekend, and I'm going to be having some meetings and making my way around to. I have a few reasons. I'm going for the. I love the game, and I love the. I don't know, just the vibe around women's sports is just incredible. But I also have some meetings set up to work on my beverage company, GEM Blends, that is owned by Yacht Water Global. So if you go to Drink Gem Blends, which is GEM Blends with an S, Drink Gem Blends, you can buy the current version of it. Starting in just a few days, we're debuting our 12-ounce skinny cans in a new flavor. These are, two of the flavors are like non-alcoholic beverages that make you feel. It's just a great wind down. I drink them at the end of the day. I'm sober, so I don't drink alcohol. And this is just a wonderful wind down drink. I just have one, at the end of the day. I don't like have 2 or 3, don't need to do that. And I'm telling you that as someone who wants you to buy them, just have one or 2. And it pairs really well with different foods. So we have that lemon lime ginger that pairs really well with sushi and different things like that. Different fish and seafood. And then, or I'll have the lemon lime ginger with anytime I watch a game, like if I'm at home or if I'm at Angel City, because we have that at Angel City, which is our women's pro soccer team. We have it at the stadium. I'm very proud of that deal. So the drink, we're going to have some meetings about that. My co-founder coming in from New Jersey. She's going to fly in, and we're going to just have some conversations. And then I'm also going to be talking about my new private membership called More, M-O long O-R, and that is for people who have made $1 million or more with their business and who are looking for more. If you're interested in that, there are a couple of videos about it on my channel and links to it, but you can email me at arlanhamilton@gmail.com if $10,000 a year is not a stressful situation for you, but it's invite only. Let's see. I want to just what I was going to do was I was going to answer questions, but what I realized is that I'll get car sick if I look at the screen. So instead, I'm looking forward, but I'm trying to think of some ways that I can just just things I've observed in the past few days alone. You know, it's just, oh, I'll tell you one thing. Last night I went to see a woman, a singer named Nia Ashley. And I saw her at a small venue called Hotel Cafe that I've been going to for almost 20 years. And it was fantastic. And she was supposed to play there's 2 rooms. She was supposed to play the small room. Both rooms are small. She was supposed to play the one that could hold like 20 or 30 people. And she was very excited about the show. And I was excited to see her because I just kind of discovered her a few weeks ago. And when I got there, they pointed me in the direction of the main room, which holds like 100 people or more. And I said, really, the main room? And they said, yeah, she just kept selling tickets. So we pushed her to the main room. And when I walked in, it was packed. She called it a sold out show. And probably was, because it was just wall to wall. And that taught me, besides her just being great, is that, like, when we talk about online personal brand and the power of that, it's serious. She had no idea. I mean, she's been in LA for 2 years. She's been doing her music for years. And she was just absolutely stunned that this show would get sold out like that. It's because she's had a couple of videos on on Instagram that have just had, 50,000 views or 100,000 views or 500,000 views. And you get, like, these are real people on there. There's those screens for the most part. Not all of them, but you know what I mean. For the most part, these are people. When we talk about views or likes or comments, we think about it as pixels on the screen. But we don't give enough weight, I think, to the fact that these are humans for the most part. And if you get 10 likes on something or 40 views on something and you think that's a failure, you're counting yourself out. Because 40 people in a room watching you sing, that's bliss. And let me tell you something. If she keeps going, if she keeps posting, that room is going to seem really small to her soon. Not only is she going to have more people know about her so she can have more people come to her, hey, we want you to open for this particular artist. 3,000 people at a theater. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not just the volume of people who are watching, which is really fun in itself. It's also like the connections made and the opportunities that come from that. And you may say, well, I'm not a singer. So what does that mean for me? I'm telling you, like, looking at musicians, which I worked with so long before I worked with venture capital and startup world, looking at singers is like almost the best way to think about it, because singers and actors, I mean, they have to put themselves out there so much for very little in return in the past. If they didn't have a deal, they didn't have a lot of resources. And then usually if they had a deal with resources, there were a lot of strings attached. Now you don't need a deal. You do not need to have a deal as a singer today. Why would you need to? You would have deals. You can have what? Distribution. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Substack, LinkedIn. You could post for free. You need a deal in the past and have money to pay for your music videos. The reason you needed money to pay, you needed like $500,000 to pay for a music video 10 years ago, is because the equipment cost so much and you needed a billion people on set. You can make a beautiful, incredible music video with your iPhone now. And some good sound. Well, you don't even need sound equipment because it's a video. But you see what I'm saying? With a couple of very creative friends and your phone, you can create the videos and post them again for free on these platforms. You need the right rooms to get into, the right connections. You can make those connections yourself now. So it's not just for musicians. They're just a really great case study for what you can do. I'm going to see if I can see any chat here real quick because we're a little bit paused. Okay. Yes. I love this. Thank y'all for typing in. Okay. Yeah, I am coming to Chicago. I wish I could do something. Maybe I can do something in Chicago, like a meetup. Let me think about that. I should be able to. Yay, Sam Ovens is talking about Candace. That's cool. Where is he doing that? Is he doing that on Schoolers? Yeah, I am rocking my mom's shades. Very good eye. These are my mom's glasses. This is her eyewear line. Arlan Sims collection. Yeah, okay, so let me think about Chicago. I'll be there tonight. I'll be there tomorrow. I'll be there Saturday. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe Friday is something I can make work. So many things I have to go to, but I would absolutely love that. That's going to be priority. I'll figure something out. Stay tuned to school, my school memberships, and I'll post on Instagram potentially to see where I'm going to be in Chicago, because maybe we can have a meetup, impromptu. Yeah, the ads. Yeah, that's right. So they're doing a lot of really awesome ads with schools. That's very true. So y'all feeling me and understanding me when I talk about putting yourself out there? We talked about this in our 1K challenge. I know some of you are in the 1K challenge. We talked about this on Wednesday. No, last Wednesday. Putting yourself out there and just posting and just starting now. You don't have to do a whole YouTube channel if you don't want to, although I think that's the most leveraged thing you can do over time. You could just start with one Instagram post. Just talking, you know. There's the whole Yap challenge. This is a good excuse to get in there. People are expecting that now. Just start talking about your topic. Figure out your offer. If you don't know your offer, go into Your First 5K. It's free, and I just show you how to do an offer. Like, that part should be the least of your worries. It's just getting out there. So many people are making money right now, and they're not having to work for other people. I mean, I just don't, I mean, I just don't know what else to say. When you say that, right? When you say that, what else can you say? Let me check on things here. Oof. I'm gonna have to run when I get to the airport. Traffic is crazy. I'm gonna have to run. Well, everything will happen for a reason. Okay. Yeah. It's Chicago Tech Week. Oh, tell me something that's happening in Chicago. It's Chicago Tech Week and WNBA All-Star? Wow. Y'all get in touch with anybody in Chicago you want me to speak, where you want me to speak, because that might be an interesting way to do the both. Like, have a meetup if I speak somewhere, and then y'all can come to it. Tell them to have me speak on Fridays, because I just have, oh, actually Friday or Saturday morning. Friday is probably best. And then have them email me at arlanhamilton@gmail.com. You can see how to spell my name below. And then maybe that's how we'll do it. We'll figure something out. I know putting myself out there, I know something will happen. I just was like, you know, I'm just gonna go to this game and have some fun. I'm gonna be courtside at both of the events. I'm gonna have some fun, but then I realized, oh yeah, there's more to it. Yeah, just send me an email. Don't send me a school message, because I will not see it. But if you send me an email, I'll probably see it. Yeah. Y'all want me to do more lives? I started out in October doing a crazy 2-day live for my birthday in Houston at Afrotech. And I really wanted to do more, but I guess I had to figure out the format a little bit more. Do y'all like watching lives, or do you prefer having like, I guess you could watch, it could be both, because you can watch the live or you can watch the on-demand version of the live. Y'all tell me, give me a little feedback there about that. Yeah, you like making them. Yeah, they're fun. It's like that instant interaction. And if you do it on your desktop, you can even connect. I'm sure you can do it on mobile too, but you can connect Zoom, share screen, do some stuff like that. Oh, there's also like invite someone else to join. If I wasn't in a moving car, I'd probably test that out right now, but I'm not going to, because I would be able to look at you. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think the invite someone else to join is really interesting. I know that Selena does that. Selena in our group does that a lot, where she has like an interview style live. I think that's really fun. And I mean, live is where. So I want us to walk before we run. So I don't want you to be everybody to be like, oh, now I got to do lives. I don't want you to necessarily need to do lives unless you really want to. But I'm just telling you so you'll have the information. First thing you need to do to walk is to just start your YouTube channel or start your Instagram or whatever. But I'll tell you that on YouTube, and I guess Twitch too, what people who are making the most money are thinking about are the lives. That's, you know, right now. It'd probably be for the next year or so that's the case, and then we'll move on to something else. But you get so much time to interact and get to know somebody when you're on these lives, you know. And Hormozy talks about this a lot. He says he was talking to Mr. Beast, who's, you know, biggest YouTuber there is, and he was saying, and Alex Hormozy is who I'm talking about. Sometimes I assume people know him, but not everybody does, and that's kind of the point. Not everybody knows Mr. Beast is. There's such a big world out there, which is such an opportunity for us. But he was talking to the biggest YouTuber there is, and this guy Hormozy made $100 million in 72 hours last year. So he kind of knows what he's talking about, right? So they're talking about it, and he's trying to figure out what his next move is on YouTube, because he grew pretty fast on YouTube. And Jimmy, who's Mr. Beast, Jimmy tells him that he went to a live event, big stadium event, and different YouTubers came out and different celebrities came. The people who came out who were on like movies and TV and who were musicians, they got like a really great applause. Then the people who came out who were big YouTubers like him got really great applause. But then the people who got the most applause were the people who live stream constantly, like iShowSpeed or the Kai or these different people. And he said it's because they just get to spend so much real time. It's the parasocial relationship thing, and they get to spend so much time with them. So if it all makes sense, because I think, you know, you have to watch a lot of Instagram videos to get to know somebody. You could watch 1 or 2 YouTube videos and get to have the same amount of time with them. But if you watch like tell me in the chat how many videos of mine you've watched probably on YouTube in the past year. If you watch a ton of videos, you get to know somebody really well. But if you watch live and it's for hours, and it's also their personality, they're not like going off a script or putting on something. Sometimes they are, but like if they're just talking, it feels in the room with them. So your audience, the way that people buy from you and buy from you regularly and often is by building trust in you. And the way that you build trust is to spend time with people. And you can't spend time with everybody individually, or you wouldn't be able to live life. So how do you do that at scale? Lives. It's a very fascinating thing, and I spend way too much time thinking about this stuff, but It's pretty straightforward. You have the tools, you have the platforms, you have the instruction. It's all here. You could find it all for free on YouTube, because YouTube is just a search engine and an ad platform. You have my trainings, like if you get the 360 pass, right now it's on sale for $100 off, plus just go to my pinned comment on my school, Your First 5K, or go to my last video that I put up. Maybe somebody in the chat will tell you how to do it, but go ahead and get that. You have all the resources you need for free or for a little bit more. You have Authority X Pro, which is, if anybody's used Authority X Pro, let them know. Let them know in the chat what that's all about, because I don't even have to explain that. That's just insane. It's essentially like having me as your co-founder 24/7. And then you have YouTube videos, and you have books, and you have people who have been through it, who just keep telling you over and over again, start your personal brand. Get your offer out there. Get on calls. If you don't have an offer, just get on call, sell calls. Get on a call, 45, 60-minute call with someone, talk through something. Anything that you know how to do, that you learned how to do. People are willing to pay for this stuff because they don't know how to do it. And you're like saying, well, who would pay for it? It's not like, I think when you ask who would pay for it, you're thinking like of people who wouldn't pay for it. And that's just like a false something, you know? You can't think like who would pay for this because you're thinking of who wouldn't pay for it. You have to think about the other 8 billion people in the world who you don't know, or who you haven't thought of or considered. 8 billion people in the world. You think no one needs to know what you have to say? That's just, it's impossible. It's mathematically impossible. Think about what people pay for in general. People pay for education, people pay for entertainment, people pay to learn how to swim, or to drive a car, or to do some sort of martial arts. People pay for movies. People will pay for a game, to have like different outfits and backpacks and boosts and stuff on games. I pay for Candy Crush. Like I've been playing the same game of Candy Crush since 2013. It's 13 years later. And I will still buy a boost pack. Because I'm grown. I can't. And I enjoy it.